booktube. So this is actually Tuesday. I'm not doing very well with these vlogs, but I decided to just come on here and say what I'm planning on doing this week in regards to my reading. So my plan for this week is to read as much of Memories of Ice as I can. I'm also planning on picking up Brothers Karamazov again, and I'm gonna read just 20 pages a day of that, and then hopefully get that done by a certain time so I can start working on some more essay-like videos about Brothers Karamazov, doing a lot more in-depth analysis of it. It's my plan, so I gotta start reading that. Another plan I have for April is to read a comic a day, and I'm gonna make that easy on me. I'm gonna make sure it's just an issue a day, instead of like full volumes, because some of them are quite long. But the goal is at least one issue of a comic a day, because I have some comic based videos planned, so I think I should get back into reading the comics. I'm also listening to the audiobook of The Last Wish, so I'll plan on reading that for the rest of this week as well. I don't think I'll finish it. I'm only on the second story, so yeah, those are my plans for this week. So one of my goals this week is to start rereading The Brothers Karamazov. I'm reading this edition. This happens to be the edition I own and have read already. And it has all my notes in it from last time I reread it, or read it for the first time. So we have like just random passages underlined, and then like actual full-on notes in here. What's this? Yeah, and I'm going to be working on some essays here. Oh, their ages there. That's pretty cool. Romanticism. It looks like it's a bromanticism, which would be funny. So yeah, I will be reading this. I just realized I had totally different things. They look like little arrows. Where did I get those? Those are cute. Anyways, so I'm going to be reading this, and in mind, I have to keep in mind my ideas here, talking about the id, ego, and superego, because, you know, Freud and literary theory go hand in hand. Where's Dostoevsky in this? And lastly, talking about religion and politics, because at this time in Russia they were very tied up. And those videos are going to happen in June, so I'm giving myself April and May to read it and write 3 essays. Can I do it? We'll find out in June.
Blood, she yelled. Nonetheless, we need a sponsor. What do you mean? Someone to pay the bills? As I thought, Dainty muttered. I'm sorry. Firstly, I've arranged several business meetings. Secondly, I don't have the funds to sponsor such diversions. Thirdly, they only admit humans to the Passiflora. What are we, then? Short-eared owls? Oh, I understand. They don't admit halflings. That's true. You're right, Dainty.
Hi, horsies. It's like a picture-perfect day. So I had to get out of the house because my neighbors are just blasting heavy bass music, and it's getting to me. It's starting to like develop a twitch to the beat. And it sucks because I can't hear it in my room, but I don't want to like sit in my room. I want to sit in the living room to read. It's irritating me. So I thought I'd go for what everyone's doing during the quarantine and just go for a walk while it's still kind of light out. The moon's out. Can you see the moon? There's the moon. Yeah, so I'm reading Brothers Karamazov and taking notes as I go along, looking at the old notes, tagging different things, because now I'm reading it with like specific analyses in mind. Analyses? What's the plural of analysis? I don't know. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this Wednesday evening, because Thursday I won't be able to. I work crazy hours on Thursdays. But I have this weekend off. And I have to do a lot of cleaning around the house. Because that's the last thing on my priority list right now, is cleaning anything. So yeah. Oh. No, you won't be able to see the ducks. Not the ducks, the geese. You're too far away. Nice to hear all the birds. You hear that? Okay, that's it. See you tomorrow. It's like 13 degrees outside today on this Thursday, and I just noticed Yuna staring out the window at me. That's my bedroom window, and this is our backyard, and I just realized my desk chair is capable of coming outside and not getting wrecked, aside from the pillow, but I'll bring that inside anyways. And so, I just thought I'd show our backyard. It's really tiny, but it's ours, and we have an outdoor space, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna build gardens here. My brother could grow vegetables here, and have a little boot out here. Yeah, and the cats can watch. There's Ed and Reggie looking for some birds. I'm gonna get a bird feeder eventually as well. I'm sitting here reading, and I wanted to talk about my book, but I think this view is much better than my face and the blank gray wall behind me. So I'm reading still reading, I should say, Memories of Ice by Steven Erikson, book 3 of the Malazan series, and I just want to talk about the women in the fantasy world, particularly in the Malazan world, and they are so equal, it doesn't even strike you as odd unless you compare it to our world. You know what I mean? The women are equally soldiers, they're equally leaders, they're equally sexually prowess. It's so amazing to read this, where it's not in your face kind of thing about the power imbalance or not between men and women. It just is the way it is. I'm trying to capture the birds, but they're too tiny. They're in the tree there, and I don't know if you can see them. But it's beautiful. I'm so excited to be outside. Yeah, so if you're looking for a good, a good representation of women in fantasy, Malazan series. So I got this cool new sticker for my car, the Wheel of Time symbol, and I got it from this place, Decal Drama. Cheap, good shipping, fast shipping, and they sent this little extra one that says "You are loved." So I'll put a link to their website in the description box. I'm reading Everything is Beautiful, and what's it called again? Sorry. I'm reading this comic called Everything is Beautiful and I'm Not Afraid, by this person. And I just came across this hilarious comic that I wanted to share. So it's just a collection of web comics, I think. Best friends eat together, sleep together, read together, pee together. And I have my baby down here at my feet. sleeping as I read. It's one of the last days where it's gonna be cool. So I thought I'd make a stew because you can't eat stew in summer, but it's more of a winter food, right? So here we have stew. I'm really excited to get to eat this, but it's gonna be another 15 minutes or so before we'll be officially ready. So it's the end of another vlog here, and I just thought I'd update. I don't feel like I've done a lot of reading this week. I did read a bit more in Memories of Ice. I totally forgot the title of that book. And I started Brothers Karamazov, but kind of slacked on that a bit this week though. And I've been mostly reading comics, and I decided I'm just maybe going to do a separate comic wrap up each week, because there's a lot of comics to talk about. Yeah, that's about it. I'm still listening to the second Witcher book, Sword of Destiny. I'm just going into this really interesting story. It's kind of like a take on The Little Mermaid. I really like how this section of stories isn't all about like just going out and killing the bad guys. It's more like realizing like maybe they're not such bad guys, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's it for this week. See you next week.